What's going on, guys? JSGC here, and we are here for another Manchester City video. Today we're going to be doing my match reaction, match analysis and match review of Manchester City's win over Wolverhampton Wanderers in the Premier League away from home. So before I do crack on with this video, make sure, like always, if you are enjoying the content, do subscribe to my channel. It is free to subscribe. Also, don't forget social media links. They're in the description if you want to go and follow me on my Big Up, where I'm going to be doing a stream today for you guys to go and check out at 1 PM BST, doing more of my match analysis, and I'm going to go into so much more detail about my thoughts on that John Stones last minute winner for Manchester City, and that is Bernardo Silva offside, is he interfering with players, or a foul on the goalkeeper, and so much more. So do go and check that out. Link is in the description and it is free to sign up and become a member of my channel, so that would be great. Twitter, Instagram and TikTok also in the description as well if you want to go and follow me on there. Also, don't forget to hit me up for any sponsorships for any videos or any general business inquiries through my email if you do so wish. You can find that also in the description. Do leave a thumbs up, and also don't forget to let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Finally, I would say a big thank you to Football Prizes, today's video sponsor, who are giving away a fantastic prize. It's a framed, signed Manchester City shirt, signed by no other than Manchester City manager Pep Guardiola himself. What a prize to go and win. So do go and check that out. 16 instant prizes to be won as well. There's 299 tickets. Tickets cost £3.95 per ticket for you guys to enter, so do go and check it out. Links and details there in the description. And a big thank you to Football Prizes for sponsoring this video. So, my thoughts from this game. So first, before we speak about all of the drama, we do need to digest on paper what we saw and also what the result shows, because the result shows that Man City have picked up the 3 points, and at this part in the early parts of the season, I'm never expecting Manchester City to be tearing teams apart 3, 4, 5 goals to nil, because that would suggest to me that Manchester City are at a level, a complete level. They're at a level where they're far better than everybody else, whereas what you're seeing here is Manchester City almost trying to adapt and transition to what we face. And you've got to take what we face at face value. Let's face some facts. Manchester City have got international football players who haven't had any pre-season. They had a 4-week break for the summer once they came back from the international tournament, and then they've come straight back in with competitive football, with players already playing in their positions, and these players have had to work hard to try and get back into the team, and it takes away a lot of their momentum, takes away their preparation, and it takes away their form, which is why you're seeing such players like Phil Foden really trying to find his feet, but he's just not got that preparation in place that he would have had if he had had pre-season with Manchester City, and it will take time for these players to really start to find their legs. I remember saying at the beginning of the season that because we've got international breaks after every 4 weeks, and with injuries and things coming in, you're not really going to see this Man City side start to adapt and find their form until they've got a run of games. And you look at the schedule, Manchester City haven't got a run of games now where they start playing every 3 to 4 days for 5, 6, 7 weeks. That's not going to happen until the end of November and into December. So that's when I'd expect Manchester City to start to up their performances. And by the time we get into the second half of the season, as we've seen year in, year out, Manchester City start to go from strength to strength. So at the moment, it's just about picking up them results, picking up them points and picking up them wins. We've managed to do so. So for that, I'm very happy, but I'm not too happy with the performance from Manchester City overall in this game. I'm delighted that we've picked up the 3 points. Don't get me wrong, I was ecstatic. But we do want Manchester City to be playing far better than what they are, because fact is, Wolves have picked up 1 point all season, and they nearly picked up their 2nd point yesterday against us. And to me, it very much would have been a case of 2 points dropped rather than us gaining an extra point. When we picked up a last-minute equaliser against Arsenal, I felt like they'd lost 2 points and we'd gained a point. Whereas with this game, if we'd dropped points yesterday, it would have been 2 points lost as far as I'm concerned. And I'd have been very unhappy. And bar John Stones finding that header right at the end, we'd have all been left raging, fuming and unhappy. Reasons for that, as I said about the pre-season and things, Man City could be doing a little bit more, but at the moment everything just seems a little static from Manchester City, and it's time and time again, we're seeing the same problems coming in. Manchester City, how do we concede? It always seems to be on the counter-attack. Why are we not sorting out defending on counter-attacks? That Wolves goal, it's just a carbon copy of loads of counter-attacks that we've conceded in the past. The defence is just stretched. They're all running back like headless chickens. The defensive line's all over the place. Nelson Semedo puts in a good ball across the box, and Larsen's waiting in the right place at the right time to put Wolves ahead. And how many times this season now have we played against teams that you would on paper expect Manchester City to beat, and we're going behind and making hard work for ourselves? Brentford springs to mind at home. Ipswich springs to mind at home. Here we are against Wolves, going behind away from home. Manchester City want to put themselves in the strongest possible position, and you do that from scoring the opening goal. And if we're not going to really tighten up and sort out our defensive abilities on the counter-attacks and dealing with them, then we're going to continue to concede goals, and we're not looking that fluent. We're having shots, but a lot of these shots are coming from outside the area. Took a screamer from Josko Gvardiol to find a goal for Manchester City yesterday, to find that equaliser and a set-piece goal. It wasn't fluent. They couldn't get Haaland involved in the game. It lacked a little bit of creativity for me. Obviously, we could look at the wingers. You could look at the wide play. You can say, do you want to be seeing more from Savinho? Do you want to be seeing more from Jeremy Doku? Do you want to be seeing more from Jack Grealish when he comes on? Do you want to be seeing more from Bernardo Silva and Phil Foden? But, you know, I feel like creatively we're really missing a peak Kevin De Bruyne, and I think he's been a really big loss. Everyone speaks about Rodri, and I don't hear many people speaking about Kevin De Bruyne. I feel like a fully fit, informed Kevin De Bruyne sorts a lot of problems out in Manchester City's midfield, and his absence, I think, has been felt, because I thought City were creating and looked more solid with De Bruyne in the side at the beginning of the season, when we didn't have Rodri at the beginning of the season as well, than what we look right now. And everything looks a bit mismatched, and the performance looks a bit mismatched. And what City do, they're very good at it, working the ball away, working it sideways, dominating that possession, working the ball to the wingers cutting it back, and you end up with one of your defensive players having shots. Now, it's quite clear from what I took away from this game was the defenders have clearly been working on their shooting in training. Ruben Dias had a really good shot, well saved from Jose Sarr. Josko Gvardiol scored that belter of an equaliser from Manchester City. City are clearly working on trying to ensure that if we're getting these players in really good positions where space is opening up, they're able to have shots. And what we could do now over the next couple of games is, if we could continue doing that and we can continue to find our defenders scoring goals, what you're going to see teams doing is they're going to start thinking, well, we can't be giving Josko Gvardiol space, we can't be giving the likes of Ruben Dias and John Stones space. So these defenders start just to come out a little bit more, and then the midfielders might just see half a yard more of the football that might just give them the time to do a little bit more creatively and find ways to get our attackers, the likes of Doku, Savinho and Erling Haaland, more involved in the game. Because teams right now, they're facing Man City, are going to be doing a few things. The very few things that they're going to be doing, though, is what do they need to do? Defend deep, defend well, quick players, counter-attack, clinical in front of goal. If you can do that, you can pick up points off Manchester City. And that's my concern, because Man City haven't found that balance. And to me, it's always about phased play. You've got to score first. You score first, you change the game plan of the team that's been preparing all week to face you. And we're looking at a lot of these sides. They're not playing in Europe. They're fully fit. They're ready and good to go. The good top Premier League teams. Man City have to be better, and they have to find their feet much quicker into games. Always difficult after the international break, so I'm not going to dwell too much on that, but if that continues to become a problem over the next 2 or 3 weeks, I think we'll address that a little bit more. But the fact that we're looking at here is Man City are, a point behind at the top of the Premier League. We're only 8 games into the Premier League season. We've picked up 6 wins with 2 draws, no losses, so we'll take that. To me, there's causes for concern that need to be ironed out, but if City can iron them out over the next 6-7 Premier League games, puts us in really good stead about trying to potentially win the Premier League trophy once more. But there's plenty to ponder, plenty to think about, and plenty to go towards. Now, very quick note, we'll speak about that last-minute winner. So corner comes in, John Stones wins the header. Why in the 95th minute are Wolves allowing John Stones to tower above their defence and get a free header on goal? I do not know. Also, isn't it nice to see Manchester City actually score from a set piece? We hired a set piece coach, believe it or not, in the summer, and and we've seen literally no reward. In fact, I've seen some poor defending from City on set pieces this season, and Manchester City just that many set pieces don't seem to ever score from them. So to actually have a corner come in and a straight-in header and go into the back of the net was actually pretty refreshing to see from the Manchester City point of view. It was poor defending from Wolves. I can see Wolves' case about Bernardo Silva interfering with play. The goalkeeper never looks at Bernardo Silva. Bernardo Silva backs into him in an offside position. I think both claims are pretty weak for a foul on the keeper and offside, mainly because when that header comes in, Bernardo Silva's a good yard away from the keeper, looking away from goal, not blocking the goalkeeper from potentially making the save. So for me, interfering with play is a bit stretched. Also, I look at it and I'm thinking to myself, is there a foul on the goalkeeper? Well, because the keeper doesn't blink, he doesn't push, he doesn't interact with Bernardo Silva, there's no interference there for me, and there's no foul, because a player backing into you that's as physically small as Bernardo Silva into, what, 6 foot plus goalkeeper, I'd expect the goalkeeper to be a lot stronger. And to me, too much protection for goalkeepers. I'm more than happy, because it's a physical game after all, I'm more than happy for a goalkeeper to brush players out of the way if they want to. Football's a contact sport. You've got to be able to hold your own, because if you're not, you're just going to get drowned out. And in a physical league like the Premier League, to me, there's not an excuse for Wolves being able to defend that set piece. But I do understand their argument about inconsistencies. They might not believe it, but we've been on the receiving end of some really bad officiating and decisions that haven't gone our way. Everyone keeps saying every decision goes Manchester City's way. It doesn't go our way. There's inconsistencies right across the league, right across England, right across Europe, and right across the world. The officiating is really poor. They're going to be aggravated about it. I'd be aggravated about it. There'll be next week, we'll get to the next talking points, there'll be more refereeing blunders and VAR controversies. It is what it is, and that to me is why VAR simply does not work here. You're looking at everything that's so opinionative. You're looking at two different officials getting two different results, looking at different incidents, and to me, makes it a bit pointless. You'll have the referee do his on-field decision and leave it at that. If the referee deems that it's a foul or offside, you've got to deal with that. If the referee deems it not a foul, you've got to deal with that. To have different officials looking at it and giving different results, to me, creates that inconsistencies. It leaves a bitter taste in everybody's mouth, and we've got the better end here of the stick from the referee. There'll be times when Man City don't get the better end of it and will be upset about it as well. So that to me points towards inconsistencies from the officials, and the officials have got to be better. To me, maybe I'm biased, I'm a City fan, it's our winner, but I don't think Bernardo Silva's interfering with play, and I don't think there's enough for me for a foul on the goalkeeper. So to me, it was a legitimate goal, poor defending from Wolves, and a really good corner and header from Manchester City, and a good goal for Johnny Stones. We love Johnny Stones. Absolutely love him. He's a cult hero. He is. He's a cult hero. Anyway, there we go. That's been the video. Hope you enjoyed the video. Do leave a thumbs up. Do leave your thoughts in the comments below. Subscribe if you're new around here. Social media links, including my big up where I'm going to be doing that stream at 1 PM BST, speaking more details about that Manchester City last-minute winner. So do go and check that out. Links and details, they are in the description. Also, don't forget as well to go and check out my Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Email also in the description too if you want to hit me up for any sponsorships for any videos or any general business inquiries. And do go and check out today's video sponsor, which is brought to you by Football Prizes, who are giving away that framed signed Manchester City shirt from Pep Guardiola. £3.95 to enter per ticket, and there's 299 tickets available, so do go and check that out. Links and details there in the description, and a big thank you to Football Prizes for sponsoring this video and helping to support the future content created here on my channel. I would appreciate anybody interacting with them. That would be absolutely brilliant. You'll be in with a chance of winning that awesome prize along with 16 instant prizes as well, and I'll see you all again real soon for the next Manchester City video. So I've been JSGC. Thank you everyone for watching. I hope everyone is safe and well. Peace. Ciao for now.